Hi everyone, I'm Belle. This is my first video. Just for a bit of briefing before I throw you guys into this, this is a project I did for my English class. We were assigned to do a passion project, and I'm passionate about K-pop, so I was like, hey, might as well. Don't know the reaction and what it will be to my project because I submitted it like 40 minutes ago, so that's lovely. But anyways, yeah, I thought I might as well upload it onto YouTube and see where it goes. And besides, I really want to like upload videos to YouTube just talking about K-pop because I don't have anyone to talk about it with in real life or like physically. I talk about it on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And by the way, go follow those. But I don't like physically speak about it that often, and I just wanted to because it's hard not being the person I am, personally. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, come back soon for more, hopefully. By now, I'm sure everyone has noticed the rising popularity K-pop is having in the West. I definitely did back in 2018, and interestingly enough, I absolutely hated it for no apparent reason other than the fact that it was different. Flash forward to now, I love K-pop, and it has brought so much happiness into my life. Now, I know some of you may be rolling your eyes right now and thinking, did this girl really do her project of K-pop? Hi, I'm popping back in here again. The only reason why I used girl here was because it's a project and I didn't want to get made fun of by going by a person or anything. So yeah, also I'm explaining this because I use they, she pronouns and I'm not comfortable with the term girl and I internally cringe every time I say it about myself. So please respect them because I feel uncomfy. Thanks. And yes, I did. Before anyone wants to make fun of me for being passionate about something, let me remind you, you too have things you are passionate about, or at least I'd hope so, since this is a passion project after all. And I will respect and listen to what you have to say about your passion as long as you listen to mine. You may be wondering why I chose to talk about K-pop. I chose it because I think it is important to be informed about the media that is outside of the US. As Americans, we tend to live in this bubble of ignorance and don't learn about certain things both inside and outside our country. I want to be able to inform others that it's completely okay to be interested in media that is not from the US and further explain why it is important to be open-minded about cultures other than our own. Let me get straight to the point. We all love music. As teenagers, we live and breathe music. It's constantly blaring in our headphones while we walk through the halls, and some people listen to music in class just because they can. I can tell you that right now I know at least one person watching this video has AirPods in and is probably listening to music. What I'm trying to say is we all adore music, and guess what? K-pop is just another form of music. The majority of people from the West think that K-pop is in itself a genre of music, when in reality it's just a broad label slapped onto any music that is made in Korea and has Korean lyrics. To get some more information about K-pop, I talked to my friend Ren and asked her to tell me more about the several genres of K-pop, seeing as I only recently became invested in knowing more about K-pop, and he has been interested in K-pop since 2015. Ren told me there are several genres in K-pop. It's not just the Americanized version of pop we hear on the radio today. Some subgenres of K-pop tend to include rock, R&B, hip-hop, rap, ballads, and so many more. There's basically a different type of music in K-pop for any listener. A lot of groups in K-pop actually don't just stick to one style of music. For example, my personal favorite group at the moment, NCT, recently released a new album with the title track that they came out with that was in the style of a song from the 90s. That literally, my brain, I don't know how I literally just didn't, the words did not come out correctly. I am baffled, honestly. Evidently called 90s Love. And I will play a clip right here. NCT tends to be a group that experiments with their song genres very often. Another example of this is one of NCT's other title tracks that was a ballad. This song was called From Home, and I will play a clip here. It's pretty clear to see that there isn't just one type of music that comes from the K-pop industry, let alone one group. While BTS is the most widely known group in the West, there are so many other groups that are not talked about here in the West. In an infographic I found that shows how over the years the number of K-pop groups that debut has grown, with the popularity of K-pop growing. To reference, after BTS's first sold-out show in 2017, the number of K-pop groups that debuted that year was significantly greater than the year before. I feel like this was not on accident on the companies who manage these groups' parts, because I saw just how marketable K-pop could be to the West. While the West's marketability is not everything in the K-pop industry, it does help a lot of groups keep their popularity with fans throughout the entire world, not just the West. A great motivation for K-pop's success in the West was due to KCON. There is a part in a Rolling Stone article that talked about K-pop's growth that says, when the event, KCON, was first held in the US in 2012, it drew a few hundred fans and curious locals. That number has since swelled to more than 125,000 divided between conventions on both coasts. This helps show that K-pop did not just appear out of nowhere during 2016. It had started to grow long before BTS had even become a widely talked about group. Now, there's a reason why K-pop has managed to catch so much attention. It's not just from music alone. People outside the K-pop bubble might not know that K-pop groups actually produce more content than just music. This is another thing my friend Ren gave me more information about. A lot of K-pop fans enjoy the aspect that there's a lot of content that is produced from their idols and artists in K-pop. Idols make YouTube videos, constant TV show appearances, have meet and greets, and they are constantly doing live streams to interact with fans. As you might notice, there's a lot more for people who like a specific K-pop group to look forward to when they're into the group's music and the group's personalities. One thing I have particularly enjoyed being in the K-pop bubble is that a lot of groups post videos of them playing games or just taking fans with them throughout their daily lives. It makes me so much more interested and invested in the idol, who they are, and not just what music they make. As K-pop has grown during these past few years, the fandom of each group has grown as well, and sometimes the people who like K-pop are afraid to let the general public know that they enjoy listening to it. I think that they should not have to feel embarrassed about liking it, because it's just music, and it makes them happy supporting their idols and seeing them become popular in their own countries.